I think that this is a Band-Aid, but it is not the end-all, be-all.
Breaking overnight, Congress gives final approval to a coronavirus relief bill, and it's headed to the president's desk. We'll hear what some Maine business owners think about the package.
The Moderna vaccine is here. Coming up, I'll have details on how Maine healthcare officials plan to use it and how it's different from the Pfizer vaccine Maine hospitals received last week.
After school, I looked at my phone and I was like, Washington, D.C., like this is so weird.
It's a phone call that some of the state's high school seniors are hoping for. I spoke to some Mainers who are hoping to answer the call to serve.
Still looking at wind and rain for Christmas Day. That could lead to problems. I'll have the latest. This is the Morning Report.
All right, good morning once again, everyone. I'm Sharon Rose. Glad to have you with us. Lee's not here, but Todd is, and Todd's kind of on the hot seat this morning.
A little bit, yeah. It's starting to get warm at the very least. All right, hi there, everybody. Good to see you. We're looking at a storm system over in the Canadian Maritimes right now. This is a large storm over here with lots of rain, lots of snow, lots of wind. We're on the periphery. Every once in a while, some snow showers have been moving through the state. We had another round last night, and there are some fresh, very thin coatings out there. The flakes are over across the south, and they're ending across eastern Maine right now. You can see not too long ago, the final one fell over the Queen City of Bangor. We'll break up these clouds a little bit this morning, get into some sunshine, longer intervals of it today, which will be nice. We'll also have a little breeze out of the west too. So even though temperatures hit the low 40s for highs and we'll see some melting, it'll feel a little cool at times. That wind, by the way, will go up and over the mountains, get some upslope snow showers by the end of the day, 1 to 2 inches expected across the higher terrain. Nice and clear for the evening with no problems at all. Flakes End, be careful. There might be a couple of slick spots. Our temps are right around 32 right now. Increasing sun for the middle of the day, 38 degrees, bright, breezy, and fairly mild for this time of the year, about 40 for your afternoon high. We'll be looking at that Christmas Day storm, rain and wind expected. Details in a few minutes.
It doesn't go all the way, but it takes us down the path, a first step.
A big bipartisan majority of us recognize the incredible amount of good it will do.
Some financial help is on the way for millions of Americans struggling through the pandemic. Just before midnight, the Senate voted to give final approval to that bill that keeps the government funded through next fall, along with almost $9 billion in coronavirus aid. The package will give financial support to small businesses, schools, and vaccine distribution. Some of the other highlights include a weekly $300 unemployment bonus and up to $600 in direct payments for people who qualify. According to Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin, those stimulus payments could reach Americans as soon as next week. Now the bill goes to President Trump's desk for his signature. For a lot of small business owners, this package offers at least a small sigh of relief. A lot of businesses in Maine rely on a strong summer and fall to get them through the winter months. The CEO of the Greater Portland Chamber of Commerce says this extra help will be a lifeline for some of them, adding that without these loans, the city may have taken a long-term hit, as places like restaurants are critical to its financial success. One of those restaurant owners says he's looking forward to some help.
I hope that it helps us get through the winter. I hope that it helps us keep some of our staff from going on unemployment. There are some things that restaurants have been asking for. I think that this is a Band-Aid, but it is not the end-all, be-all, all right, we're done.
And he adds that he's hoping for more help in the future. Hospitals in Maine are starting to administer the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine, just approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration this past Friday. News Center Maine's Sean Stackhouse is live this morning with more on what that means for the state. Good morning, Sean.
Sharon, good morning. Well, the first doses of the Moderna vaccine were just received just yesterday. It comes just about 1 week after the Pfizer vaccine was first administered here in Maine. Now, 600 doses of the Moderna vaccine were delivered to Central Maine Medical Center yesterday. Maine CDC Director Dr. Nirav Shah says that this is one that could become prevalent in Maine because of the temperature it's stored at. Shah says the Moderna vaccine just needs a good old refrigerator to be stored, where the Pfizer vaccine requires a much colder temperature.
This week alone, Maine is slated to receive 24,200 initial doses of the Moderna vaccine. And we are pushing that vaccine predominantly to hospitals across Maine, with smaller allocations to home health providers and an initial allocation to EMS clinicians. The hospitals that will be receiving the Moderna vaccine this week are predominantly smaller, more rural hospitals.
Now, the Pfizer vaccine is still going to be used in Maine. That's something that has been distributed already to multiple hospitals across the state and is something that's expected to be going to nursing facilities as well. Live at home this morning, Sean Stackhouse, News Center, Maine.
All right, thank you, Sean, very much. So let's take a look at the number of COVID-19 cases across the state. The Maine CDC reported 339 new cases yesterday. 43 more Mainers have recovered. One more person has died with the virus. She was a woman in her 80s from Cumberland County. Right now, there are more than 8,100 known active cases around the state. The 2-week average is still trending upward, too. Maine is now averaging around 325 new cases per day, and the 2-week average number of hospitalizations has dropped a bit. Right now, 170 Mainers are in the hospital with COVID-19. 44 of those people are in the ICU and 18 are on ventilators. As these numbers continue to increase by and large, more than 50 schools across the state are now able to test students and staff displaying symptoms of the coronavirus right on their own and on the spot. It's an effort some are calling a game changer to protect Maine communities. News Center Maine's Zach Blanchard reports.
As Maine kids continue to go to school and learn from home, a new testing effort is hoping to do more to keep them safe. 4,000 COVID-19 test kits like this one sent to at least 50 schools statewide, including Yarmouth.
It's so incredibly comforting for the staff at the schools.
Elementary school nurse Jill Weber says they're using the Abbott Binax Now rapid antigen tests for students and staff showing symptoms, making what would often take days now take just minutes.
We have a kid come down that has symptoms that are consistent with COVID, to be able to quickly do a test and in 15 minutes know if that kid's positive or not.
This could be a game changer for us.
Superintendent Andrew Dolliff says greater access to testing is critical, especially given that delays in traditional testing results have in some cases lengthened quarantine periods and made ongoing staffing shortages even worse.
It's really worth the effort. We appreciate what the state has done to make this available to us and to train our nurses and provide the PPE necessary.
The Maine CDC says it plans to continue to distribute the kits manufactured in this Westbrook factory to organizations statewide.
We have, of course, in Maine, expanded the use of these tests beyond schools to, say, hospital settings and other congregate care settings for the same reason, so that administrators can get a quick sense of what's happening.
For school nurses like Weber, it's just the start.
I think more testing, more readily available results would be a game changer for all the school nurses in this state.
This test kit bringing a little hope for staff, students, and families. Zach Blanchard, News Center, Maine.
After years in the making, a solar power project is wrapping up, and it could help keep your energy bill down. We'll have the details coming right up. First, though, Todd, one thing to know about today's weather?
Yeah, I thought it'd be cool to look at how much snow we've seen so far this season, and we're way ahead of the pace in Portland with over 20 inches of snow. That's about 10 inches more than we normally see at this point. Behind the pace in Bangor by about 4 or 5 inches. And then right at the average in Caribou, 27 inches or so. Question is, will we see more snow later this week or will we see rain? I'll be back to let you know coming up.